What year were you born in?
1920.
Okay.
April the 1st.
Where did your parents live when you were born?
In Pikeville.
When did you move?
When I was about 5 years old, we moved up to Louisville to the grist mill in Louisville.
Okay. When you were a kid, what was it like? What kind of toys did you have?
Well, you didn't have many toys. I had one doll, that's all I had, and lots of boxes like baking soda and baking powder and stuff like that you played with. You didn't have many toys. There weren't many toys that time.
Okay. How did you get around? What kind of transportation did you have?
Well, my father had a truck and a car, that's how we got around. But we didn't go very much. Sundays to Sunday school and church, and that's all.
Okay. What about radios?
We had a radio, not the first couple of years, but then we had one radio. So.
Okay. How old were you when the TV was invented?
Oh, I don't really know, maybe. Oh, we didn't have no TV. We lived down here. We had no TV. We used to go to my father and mother to see the TV, and that was not heard. They really didn't have Sonny and Eleanor, so that must have been, myself, 1945, 1945.
Okay. Okay, what about doctors? Did they come to your house?
Yes, they came to your house. When you were sick, they always came to your house. If you ever could, you went over there. Our doctor was in Oley, Dr. Grimm. But he always would come. I had diphtheria when I was 15 years old, and he came every day for 2 weeks. And I had to stay in my bedroom for 1 full month. Didn't dare to get out. Because that was contagious.
Yeah, that was a bad disease, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about how much, around how much it costed?
$5 when you'd go over to see him. And I don't know how much it cost when he came to the house, but $5 when you'd go over to see him.
Okay.
And he always had the pills and medicine in his place. You didn't have to go to no drugstore.
Okay. What about diseases when you were younger?
I had that. The only time I had something was
Diphtheria.
diphtheria, yeah.
How old were you?
15 years old.
What about prices of food, like milk?
Oh, milk was 10 cents a quart, and bread was 9 cents a loaf.
What about a dozen of eggs?
No, eggs were maybe 40 cents, and we had no refrigerator in the house.
What about ice cream? Did you get ice cream?
Maybe we had ice cream once a month because we didn't have no refrigerator and you couldn't keep ice cream. But over in Louisville there was a bar room and we could get it, just dip ice cream. And we had a blue kettle. We'd go, I and Maren would go every Sundays and get some. That's the only time we had ice cream because we had no refrigerator. But we had an ice house on the property, and my father put the ice of it, and we had a refrigerator where you put ice in, but that wouldn't keep no ice cream.
Okay. Did you stick meat in the refrigerator and the ice things?
No, not unless it was cooked, because that wouldn't get that cold to keep it.
Okay.
But at that time, my mother would can a lot. She'd can it and put it in jars, the sausage and the other meats. Some she'd put in the fridge, in the jars too.
What about telephones? Did you have telephones?
Yeah, we had a telephone, one that was at the wall, and there was a crank. You had to crank it, like that. That's how you got it. And we had lots of penny candy. More than almost all our candy was penny candy.
And only 1 cent?
1 cent. Mm-hmm. Penny candy, 1 cent.
And What about newspapers? Did you get newspapers?
Yes, my father got a newspaper. He always liked his newspaper, yeah. Maybe he had the Reading Eagle. He always got the Eagle.
Okay. Was there any other way to know about the news than newspapers?
That if somebody would die of a church, they'd they'd ring for as much as it was old. And my mother would say, sit on the porch and count, see if it's somebody old or somebody young. That's how we found out.
Did they ring the bell when somebody got married too?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, did you have indoor plumbing?
No, not when we came there. We were out there maybe 10 years before. We had no electricity, we had no fridge yet, and we had no heat in the house, just a cook stove that we put wood in and cool.
Okay.
We had a horse, we had pigs, cows, and ducks.
As pets?
No,
To the farm?
to the farm. Then we raised them, and then the pigs we butchered. We butchered always 2 pigs and a beef. We always butchered. And the horse we had to make hay. We used to make hay right here in the field. I would load it, and Pappy would put it up.
Okay. What about laundry machines? How'd you wash your clothes?
It was a round wooden thing, and it had a handle on it, and you had to push it back and forth, back and forth. That's how it would wash. No electric, of course we had no electric.
What was school like?
School? I didn't have far to go to school. I only had about 2 blocks to go to school, maybe 3 blocks.
Well, how many kids were in the...
Maybe about 30 kids, and they had everything in there: spelling, arithmetic, geography, English. Everything was in one room schoolhouse, and we had one teacher for everything. There I went from 1st grade to 8th grade in that school.
Okay. How'd you get there?
I walked. You got to walk that time, no buses.
Okay. What age did you start working?
About 16.
How much did you get in a
day? $2 a day.
What was your job? What did you do?
I worked on a medicine farm, and I hosted corn. We raised digitalis on this medicine farm.
And you got only $2 a whole day?
Whole day you had a cut them. At last it went up more, and then I got $4 a day on the medicine farm. But that was a lot of money that time. You could buy bread for 10 cents, or you do what you have to give for bread now. $1, $10, $1.25, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. What about prices for a new car?
The price for a new car was $500 in 1937. My husband bought one, a Ford.
I used the cars.
Yeah, that was the car. That was his car.
Okay. And what about a gallon of gasoline?
I really don't know how much gas was, because I didn't drive too much that time. I can't tell you how much gas was. That I don't know.
Okay. What about haircuts? How did you get haircuts?
My mom would cut my hair. She cut mine, and Myron and Mom's. That's my 2 brothers. But we had a barber in Loversville that you could go to get your hair cut. But it's not. My mom would cut them.
Was the barber expensive?
No. I really don't know how much anymore, but I know it wasn't expensive. Not like now.
Okay. When did you get married?
In 1937.
Okay. When did you have kids?
In 1940. Oh, in 1937 and 1940, I had a boy and a girl.
Okay. Where were they born?
My son was born in Shanesville, and my son was born in Loversville over here at the mill, but my daughter was born in Shanesville.
Okay. And who delivered them?
Dr. Grimm. He came to the house. That time he didn't go to no hospital.
Were there any wars?
Any boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, World War II then. World War II, but
Okay. What year was it?
must have been 1937. No, maybe 1938 up here.
Were there anybody in your family that was in a war?
And my brother, Marion, he was in about a year and a half. He was in Germany for over a year and a half. And he was telling me that they went to a farmhouse, and the man and the wife was there. They pent them in a room, and they took the house over. They pushed the pigs. That's how they had lots of meat and stuff to eat. They thought they were safe there.
How long was he gone?
A year and a half.
Did he bring anything back from the war?
Yeah, a big bullet. He carried it home on his back, and I have it now in the basement of my cellar.
Okay. And then,
Oh, and the money, and that money he brought along back too.
Okay. These are two for Germany, right? They say Dutchland.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And that one's from France.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Were there? Okay. We'll show the bullet after we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any injuries of any, like, of Uncle Marion during the war?
No, he had no injuries at all, no. Well, he was very broken. No, he had no injuries.
How old were you during the Depression?
The Depression was in 1929. How old I was then? Well, I was born in 1920. I must have been 9 years old.
Okay. What was it like living during the Depression?
Well, there was lots of stuff you couldn't buy. Shoes, you had to have it. Oh, I should have looked for them. Shoes, you only could buy so many a year, and you had to have a coupon. You had to go to the I don't know what you call that. You had to go down to Boyertown to a place, and they gave you so much for shoes and so much for sugar. Your sugar, you couldn't just go to the store and buy sugar. If you didn't have a coupon, you couldn't buy no sugar. And shoes neither.
Okay.
There was lots of stuff you couldn't buy. And gas, you just could get so much gas to go to, you could get gas to go to work and gas to go to church, but that was all. You didn't go off every day like you people do now.
Okay, what about John F. Kennedy? What were you doing when you found out that he was
That was
assassinated?
the time that I found out. I was here in the kitchen and Ellen came up here and said, "Do you have your radio on?" I said, "On my television?" I said, "No," and she turned it on, and then we seen it. They were on the way to go to the hospital. They drove real fast with John Kennedy.
Okay. Do you know who assassinated him?
Yeah, Oswald.
Okay. How many children do you have?
Two children, boy and a girl, Eleanor and Paul Jr., Paul Sr.
What about grandchildren?
And grandchildren.
What about great-grandchildren?
How many? I don't know right myself. That would be 10.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This was an interview with Marie Strunk, and I am one of her great-grandchildren, J.J. Dolak. Okay, this is the Low Voxville feed mill, and right here is the ice house.
The people would always get their eyes.
people have come to get their ice there. And this is another picture of the feed mill.
No, that's the barn.
The
That's
farm.
The barn.
Barn. Okay, and over here, this is Granny. Granny is my great-grandma's mother, Maud Yoder, and these are other pictures of the family. And down here is these down here. These are just all the pictures of the war from here to here. Some pictures of the war. And okay, this right here, this is a big bullet shell from World War I that my great-great-granddad brought home from World War I in 1990. It's from Germany.
1919.
1919. And these are some big bullets from World War I, 1919. These are some smaller bullet shells from World War I. And these three things, they're just a hand grenade, the thing that's on the top of them, the handle of a hand grenade. And that's it for the artifacts. And this is my great uncle Marion. This is my granddad and my great aunt. This is my pappy. He brought this from Germany from World War I in 1919. This is the pool thing from a grenade. That was from